I'm going to be speaking today about the mathematicians and computer pioneers Charles Babbage and Ada Lovelace.
Imagine waking up tomorrow. Every computer, every smartphone, every AI model, every line of software, gone. Not because of a virus, not because of a war, but because one machine never got built. The strange truth is that the computer wasn't born inside a laboratory filled with electronics. It wasn't invented by Apple. It wasn't invented by IBM. And it definitely didn't begin with silicon chips. Its story begins almost 200 years ago, inside the workshop of one frustrated mathematician who was tired of people making mistakes. He dreamed of building a machine that could think through calculations perfectly. People laughed. Governments stopped funding him. The machine was never finished. Yet somehow, his impossible dream became the blueprint for every computer on Earth. This is the untold origin story of the computer. How Charles Babbage designed its body, how Ada Lovelace imagined its mind, and how Alan Turing finally gave it a soul. Before computers, numbers ruled the world. Ships crossed oceans using mathematical tables. Banks depended on calculations. Astronomers predicted planets. Engineers built bridges. But there was one enormous problem. Every table was calculated by humans, and humans made mistakes. One tiny error could sink a ship, collapse a bridge, or ruin scientific discoveries. Charles Babbage became obsessed. Instead of fixing people, he wanted to replace the calculation itself. First came the difference engine. It could automatically calculate mathematical tables. Amazing, but limited. Then his imagination exploded. What if one machine could solve any calculation? That single question changed history. Babbage designed something no one had ever imagined: the Analytical Engine. It had memory, a processor, input, output, conditional decisions, loops. Nearly every component inside your laptop today already existed on paper in the 1830s. The world wasn't ready. Manufacturing couldn't build it. Funding disappeared. The greatest computer ever designed never existed, or so everyone thought. When Babbage died, his dream died with him. Most historians treat this as the end. But this is where the real story begins, because one person saw something no one else could: Ada Lovelace. Most people know her as the first programmer. That title isn't actually the remarkable part. Her true breakthrough was far bigger. She realized numbers don't have to represent numbers. They can represent letters, music, images, ideas, anything. That sentence quietly changed human history. Because if symbols can become numbers, then a machine can manipulate symbols, not just arithmetic, music, language, art. Eventually, artificial intelligence. She described step-by-step instructions for the Analytical Engine. Today, we call them programs. Software had been imagined a century before computers existed. But there was still one unanswered question. What exactly is computation? Nearly 100 years later, a young mathematician named Alan Turing answered it. Instead of asking, "How do we build a machine?" he asked, "What does it actually mean to compute?" In 1936, he imagined a machine with an infinitely long tape. Simple rules, simple instructions, nothing mechanical, nothing electronic, pure logic. Then came the astonishing discovery. One universal machine could perform any computation simply by changing its instructions, not its hardware. That single idea became the foundation of every programmable computer ever built. When World War II arrived, electronic machines finally appeared. But they weren't new ideas. They were Babbage's body, running Lovelace's programs, following Turing's theory. The computer wasn't invented overnight. It evolved across 3 generations of genius. Here's why this story matters today. Most developers think AI is the revolution. History says otherwise. The real revolution is abstraction. Early programmers wrote raw machine code. Then came assembly, compilers, programming languages, operating systems, frameworks, cloud platforms. Now, AI. Every generation hides more complexity and gives builders more power. The biggest lesson? The companies that win aren't always the ones with the smartest technology. They're the ones who make powerful technology simple enough for everyone else to use. Look at today's AI startups. The winning products aren't just large language models. They're software systems built around those models. Prompts, APIs, workflows, guardrails, automation, distribution. The pattern hasn't changed in 200 years. Babbage built hardware. Lovelace imagined software. Turing defined computation. Today's founders build intelligent systems on top of all three. If you're learning software engineering, prompt engineering, AI, or building a startup, don't chase the newest tool. Learn the pattern behind every revolution. Because tools change, patterns don't. The computer wasn't actually the first machine that changed the world. Long before Babbage, another invention quietly laid the foundation for everything that followed. Without it, there would be no programming, no internet, no smartphones, and no AI. That's the story we'll uncover next. Subscribe to TechScratch because every modern technology has an origin story, and we're rebuilding it from scratch.